How did you happen to join the Muslim movement?
I was in prison. I was a very wayward, criminal, backward, illiterate, uneducated, and whatever other negative characteristics you can think of type of person until I heard the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And because of the impact that it had upon me in giving me a desire to reform myself and rehabilitate myself for the first time in my life, and also being able to see the effect that it had upon others, this is what made me accept it. And plus, prior to hearing what he teaches, I had no interest whatsoever in anything serious or any kind of educational pursuits. And I noticed that after being exposed to the religious teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, immediately it instilled within me such a high degree of racial pride and racial dignity that I wanted to be somebody, and I realized that I couldn't be anybody by begging the white man for what he had, but that I had to get out here and try and do something for myself or make something out of myself.
Well, the Nation of Islam really was kind of a form of religious nationalism, that the Nation of Islam had its own myths, as it were, and I mean that in the best sense of the word myths, but best sense of myths about how the races were created and the superiority of black people. Malcolm exemplified this when he was in the Nation of Islam. He would always, all scattered through all his speeches were phrases as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that before we were kidnapped and brought here to America, that we were Muslims, that Islam was our religion, Allah was our God, and that was our culture. And it is this lack of identity, or it's this lack of knowledge concerning our original culture that has made the black man in America have this inferiority complex.
And I look at people in my mother's generation, even people in my generation, but more so probably in my mother's generation, who were perhaps so scarred by the many minor and major indignities of being a person of African descent in America, that there was no more hope in them for a successful coexistence, a successful sharing of power with European America. And I think that the Nation of Islam's message appealed directly to people like that.
Malcolm was a preacher. He was looking for converts, but he didn't go out and kidnap you or strangle you. He put his message out there, and then he would let you deal with it.